All right, so let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's talk about altcoins. Let's talk about where I see the markets going right now. This is an update to my other videos. Plus, we'll be talking about Disco, the meme coins. I have a couple of warnings for you there, so you can just keep in mind. Number two, I found an AI coin that's doing very well, and it looks like it's going to do very well once this market, or should I say, if this market reverses, I believe it will. And yeah, let's just get straight to it. But before I start, listen, I'm a bit sick. As you can see, I'm unshaved. I look like crap. I got tissues over here. I'm coughing. I have a fever. So bear with me. If I sneeze, you might get a cold. So make sure you wear a mask because apparently you can actually get it even over the internet. That's why, they have viruses. There are viruses. I mean, who knows? Today's age, anything can happen. So anyway, regardless, protect yourself both in crypto and your health. So let's get started and have a look at Bitcoin right here. And we're looking at Bitcoin right now on the 30-minute for some strange reason. Let's go to the 4-hour. And we're looking at Bitcoin right now on the 4-hour on the factor line. As you can see, the factor line gave us a couple of signals to get out. Number one was right up here at around 125,000. This was a swing trade or short position or a warning to get out and get back in lower. This actually was a perfect call. And then as we came lower, we flipped bearish on this candle right here from anywhere from 118 to 121,000. We flipped bearish. Confirmation on this candle, already down a lot, and a lot of people just didn't want to listen to this. Now, I also had this line in the sand over here, and as soon as that broke, that should have been your way out. Now, I was warning to get out if 117,000 becomes a resistance, or if we stay under, and that's exactly what happened. We had this flash crash. I did not predict this flash crash, but it did happen. I was saying we're probably going to get to the low hundreds if 117,000 doesn't hold and we break 112. We're looking at the low hundreds because I'm not sure 107 will hold. And we're seeing that right now. We had the flash crash. We went all the way down. We had this bounce. And I was saying we need to get above 116,000, 117,000 for this to be meaningful. We did not. It was a dead cat bounce and we started coming down. And look, right now we're sitting at 105,000-ish. And look, I was saying Max Payne is not up. All these influencers on YouTube, on Twitter, most of them, not everyone, but most of them, they were saying Max Payne is up. Why? Why is Max Payne up? Of course it's down. And that's what we're seeing right now. Now, the flash crash, granted, this wouldn't have happened if it was a Tuesday and it probably wouldn't have been so severe. I get that. And a lot of people don't really talk about this, but this happened on a Friday night with tariff FUDs. That was the trigger. Under 117,000, everyone was long with leverage anyway. We were talking about that. That's why I had that 117,000 so important. We wanted to actually break above 117 or stay above 117. Sorry, if we came under it, that was your signal. That's when I was getting out. That's when I was converting to USDT. That's when I was planning for my trips and, converting to plan for all that. And even I didn't take enough profits because I did not expect it to go this fast. So I was witnessing this live, and right before I witnessed this, I'm like, I'll wait till Monday, and then suddenly I witnessed it live, and it was kind of too late. Tried to buy a little bit, but it was crazy. So anyway, let me explain to you why this happened. It's liquidity, especially in altcoins. That's why altcoins went down much, much lower, 50, 60, even to zero almost, some of the altcoins. There's no liquidity on chain, on exchanges. So even if you try to buy, people were trying to buy the dip, but they could not because they did not have any tokens in there. They were not liquid. So what happens? No buying, no asks. So the price goes even further down. It cascades down. So anyway, regardless, that's beside the point. Right now we're bearish. Look, technical analysis, the factor line here, we're bearish on the 4-hour. And if we go to the daily, which is more long-term, you can see that we just flipped bearish here as well. So on the daily, 113 to 110, You should have got out. I was saying this as well. I was hoping for this range here to bounce. It did not. I said if this breaks, we're going down, and we are currently going down. Next levels you can see here. This is when it comes to Bitcoin, okay? This is when it comes to Bitcoin. When it comes to altcoins, we're getting slaughtered here, okay? Now, the altcoins you are seeing right now on screen, these are the altcoins I'm holding for a potential alt season, or should I say selective alt season. Been talking about this over and over and over again. These are the altcoins I'm holding. Now, keep in mind I converted most altcoins into these altcoins or Bitcoin. Okay, I did that a couple of times. If you're in my group, you know about this. If you watch my live videos, you know about this. Okay, so you had the information. So now I'm holding these coins and I converted most of my USDT into Bitcoin because I simply said, look, I'm just gonna hold Bitcoin right now and a lot of my shit altcoins. I'm just gonna hold Bitcoin right now. If we go down further, I can use Bitcoin to buy the dip with altcoins if it makes sense, if the charts show me that we're gonna reverse, or if we go into a bear market, that's fine, I'll just hold Bitcoin through the bear market. But understand that we might get a massive, massive downside. That said, am I expecting an upside? Is there any bullishness to this? Yes. So I'm expecting to go back up in what will look like a rebound or be a rebound. Because look, we need to get a dead cat bounce of some sort, right? I don't think we're gonna go straight down to hell. Possible. But if we go down to what, 75,000, 80,000, signaling a possible bear market, then from that level, 80,000, come up to 100 and reject and go back down further into a bear market, sure, that's possible, but you're still expecting the upside, right? And I do believe it's gonna happen above that level, so don't panic just yet. We're waiting and we're seeing. We protected ourselves. I told everyone to protect themselves. That's what we're doing. But if you're wondering what altcoins I'm personally holding, these are the ones I'm most bullish on. If you're wondering what altcoins I'm holding in general, these are the ones not listed there except Bitcoin and, except Bitcoin because it's listed over there. These are the ones I'm holding in general, which I'm just holding or I have nodes in or whatever. But these are the ones I'm positioned in if we have a potential selective alt season. Now, let's talk about a couple of things because we called Disco by Matt Fury. Not too long ago, we actually made profits, and I actually made a tweet telling you I got out. I took my initial investment because we can expect more downside. That's what we're seeing right now. Apparently a whale sold or whatever, and this is supposed to go back up. I don't buy that. There are many whales or people that become whales when it comes to profit, because if it does go up, people are gonna make profits. I think people are gonna dump. That's the thing with meme coins or any coin as a matter of fact. So if you made profits from our call, which I hope you did because we called it pretty early, not the earliest, but pretty early, take your initial investment out or at least take profits, do something, and then you don't care. You can hold the rest and see what happens. Especially in this market conditions, you don't wanna be holding too long, you just don't. So I took out my initial investment. I've 2x'd at least. I'm good with that, and it was more than that, but it came down, and that's fine. I took out my initial investment, so now I don't care. Does that make sense? Now, there is something I don't like about Disco, and if you want to know what I like about Disco, I made a video about it. I'll leave it links in the description down below. You can watch that video. But here's what I don't like about Disco, and it's something you should be aware of. There are a lot of YouTubers trying to pump this coin right now. And their attitude is send it, whatever, stuff like that. I don't like that. I don't subscribe to that. I just look at price. I like my TA and I like my investment thesis. So that worries me. That worries me. Don't think these guys will not dump on a 10, 20, or 50x, and I don't even know. They could probably dump on them much less than that. I will. All these people will be dumping on you. Okay, at some point in time. And whether or not there's more traction to it and more people buy or not, I don't think this is the market environment where you want to risk it that bad. So you want to be taking profits on the way up because these YouTubers will be dumping on you. I will be dumping on you. I will be taking profits as this goes up. You do with that information what you will. I'm being very honest and sincere here. Just trust me in that. What can I say? You can do what you want. Of course, it's your money. But right now you're seeing this break over here. And yes, a whale sold, but now you can see it going lower because people are getting scared. So if you go to the 7-day, I think there's a clearer picture here. And while people will tell you this might be a potential bounce, and you can see it here, unless we go above 0.021 or better yet 0.0028, then I wouldn't get back in. This is just me. This is just the way I trade. Now, I made some posts about this. Follow me on Twitter, by the way, MCPaulD for fast, because I can't put videos out that fast, okay? I'm not a robot. I'm not AI. So if you want some fast info, I can sometimes put it on Twitter, and you do get a lot of it. So you should follow me there. Make sure you go to the right one. This is with a check mark over here, MCPaulD. And you'll see, look, I warned you on October the 8th, which was my birthday, by the way. I still expect either a leg up or dead cat bounce, but we can go into the low hundreds. Was spelling mistake here because I'm illiterate. As I was saying in my video and this time, also after the flash crash, I made it clear max pain is down, not up, as most influencers were saying. Everybody was saying max pain after that big flush is up. What possesses you to say that? Max pain is down again. And I do believe we would need to retest that flush. A lot of people are wondering what's going on with that flush. So we're going to probably retest at least close to down to that level. We already have, or we already are. And let's see what happens with that. And you're not seeing the cascading effect you're seeing last time, at least not yet, because there's those triggers that what I told you about the exchanges, the liquidity is different this time. So you might not see that massive drop if Bitcoin goes to 101K with altcoins, but we'll see, because a lot of people might panic and that might happen anyway. Just telling you what to look out for and what to see. Well, I'm trying to hold in my snot and my lungs. So let's go back here. So as you can see, on October the 8th, I said Bitcoin is bullish, but must hold around 117,000. If it pulls back, 112,000 is next, and this is the level we actually got. Support after that, support after that, yeah. And if 107K breaks and becomes resistance, expect a top possibility. So this means that we might be going into a bear market, or at least what will look like a bear market. If 101K doesn't hold, it's very apparent now. That flash crash, below that, it's going to go significantly down lower, right? So I'm looking at 98K to 101K to hold. If that doesn't hold, we're going significantly lower, more than likely. Okay, so we have to watch these levels. And we might go to 75, 80, 85K. What will look like a bear market, be a bear market, does not matter. That's where we'll be reevaluating to buy for a dead cat bounce to 100K, or if 100K breaks, then we can look for further upside and eye that 117K, 121K or all-time highs and see if we have an alt season somewhere there. That's what we're looking for. I'm telling you very vaguely because I don't want to just put so much info in right now because anything can happen. I'm just trying to convey my thoughts here. I'm going to tell you a coin that you need to get or keep your eye on in just 1 second. But I'm just trying to convey my thoughts in a nutshell as much as I can. And watch my video, subscribe down below and hit the bell notification button so you don't miss those videos for more details when I start talking about it and so on, okay? Better yet, join the VIP group. It's in the description down below if you want faster calls and support, emotional support, because that's what we're getting right now, okay? So, if we go down a little bit earlier, a little bit lower, sorry, you'll also see this trade over here. This is the coin I'm talking about, ChainOpera AI.com. And I actually range trade this on Pionex and made profits, got out, got back in, and it's in profit right now. Very low amount right now, but it's still in profit. And look, I'm telling you right now, I don't know anything about this coin. It's an AI coin. I do believe that the narrative, if we have an alt season, will be AI, perpetual DEXes, and maybe privacy. That's what I'm looking at. Those are the three narratives I'm looking at right now. That's what I think is going to pop. Maybe we get some special news on it we don't know about. News for the masses, news for the classes. Let's see. But that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing some movement towards AI, perpetual DEXes. Even though we're going down right now, I'm seeing 8 outliers. And this is one of the coins to pay attention to is... it's ChainOpera or whatever it's called, right here, ChainOpera AI. And look, it came into this massive thing over here, this massive run over here, came down. And now we're seeing maybe a heads and shoulders, but like in this market environment, we have to see what Bitcoin's going to do and if this is actually going to play out. But I do see strength, so this is worth your attention if that makes sense. Not listed on many exchanges yet. This can actually do very well. Let's see what it can do. So I'm range trading this. Let's see what it can do. Be very careful in this market environment. Oh, look, I actually posted this 15 hours ago. All these influencers and so-called experts telling you just follow M2 with Bitcoin. Are we going to get wrecked? Yeah, oh, this is a post from May the 7th when everybody was saying, just follow the M2. If M2 keeps on going up, everything will go up. And yes, things can go up. But I was saying, stop just basing your analysis on M2. All this news, FOMC rate cuts or M2, gold goes up, so Bitcoin can fall. Look what's going on. It doesn't always correlate, and maybe long term, if you zoom out, obviously Bitcoin's going to keep on going up anyway, so it's always going to be correlated. But when you go in, you don't know these massive downturns. You might not be able to get them if you're following these stupid indicators. Look, if you want to learn how to invest, trade, and think about crypto, or think okay, let me rephrase that: invest, trade, and think like I do in crypto. Check out this right here. You can scan this. I'll leave it in the description down below. It's called Invest, Trade, and Think, like the crypto factor. Comes with a lifetime indicator, the factor line, what I just showed you, what I use for my analysis. It's actually a very, very good indicator, especially for swing trades and long-term investing. And if you just follow that, which is going to become automated pretty soon, by the way, just to make you a little insider secret share that's going to become automated soon. Check it out. It's expensive. It's not cheap, but it's lifetime, and you learn how to trade, think, and invest like I do and get the indicator. Go to the page, just check it out, see if it's for you, see if you like it. I'm not gonna push it on you. Look, I'll even turn it off here. Do what you will. But anyway, I do want you to start following me on Twitter, because I do make a lot of calls on Twitter that you need to follow. Look, October the 14th. This was after my birthday when everybody was saying, okay, upside. Look, protect yourself and your portfolio. We need to see this blow over. Better have some USDT and trade your way up if we go lower. I don't like this rejection. I want Bitcoin to break 117,000. It rejected around 116,000. This is when we, again, started taking profits or converting into USDT and Bitcoin. And I did. And I even put out this emergency video right here. I put out 2 emergency videos that you can watch. I'll link one of them at the end of this video just so you can watch it. So that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. Follow me on Twitter. You want to follow me on Twitter, X, whatever. And yeah, check out the course. And that's it. I'm going to go cough my lungs out now. I took that asthma thing so I could do a one breath take like this. And I have a headache and I have a fever. And I have all these tissues and I'm grumpy and I'm sick. And I love you guys. Take care. Watch this video right here. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.